if everybody could please quiet down? Thank you. Does anybody know why we're here today? Isn't this for a barbecue?
Ladies and gentlemen, but of course we're here to commemorate the end of my mighty empire and my fantabulous job as king. No, you guys, it's because we're all here for a family reunion.
Yeah, Papa, that's completely correct. Although we come from different backgrounds and different families, we are all somehow connected. It may be hard to believe, but all of those people that you saw back there are related somehow. When you think of the word family, what do you think of? Family means something a little bit different for everybody. However, regardless of its definition, the idea of tracking a family's lineage goes back hundreds of years. From the ancient Egyptians all the way to the present, we are able to track someone's direct ancestors through the use of a family tree. A family tree is a systematic way of organizing someone's ancestors by starting with themselves and slowly expanding outwards to show parents, grandparents, etc. Basically, think of yourself as the trunk of a tree and your ancestors as the branches. To start making your own family tree, you're going to need to start with the roots of the entire tree, your wonderful self. All you need is your name, birthday, and birthplace, and just like that, you've planted the seeds of your own genealogical pine tree. However, what is a tree without its branches? Next, we would move on to your biological mom and dad. We are going to need to repeat the same information that we did for ourselves, but with a slight twist to it. We will need to include their first and last name that appears on their birth certificate, as well as their birthday and where they were born, as well as any death dates if that applies to your family. This is the format we will continue to reuse for everyone else in our tree. Unfortunately, this is where it's going to start getting more and more difficult to get all of this information. As you start moving further down the branches, it will become next to impossible to get the birth and death dates and places of every single person in your tree by yourself. Luckily for you, there are several amazing tools out there to help you expand your family tree far beyond what you could ever imagine. Free websites like Jenny.com and FamilySearch.org help with finding specific individuals as well as their birth and death information, while scientific wonders like DNA tests can help track your living relatives by using the genetic coding inside of your own body. However, none of this would be possible without the use of censuses, which is the collection of every individual in a given population at a particular point in time. This has been done from the time of the Roman Empire all the way to now, when in 2030 we will once again partake in this age-old tradition. Websites like Ancestry.com use these censuses and highlight the specific information needed to continue your tree, which, if you stick with it, will show exactly where you came from and who you are. Although many people tend to think of family trees as a passion project for people with way too much time on their hands, finding out who you're related to and where you're from is one of the best history lessons you could learn. You can learn more about who you are and where you come from, and you could even discover a culture you may not even know about that your family helped create. Your very own history book is waiting to be written, and it can start with arguably the most important part of the tree, the roots, you.